Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Oh, I just realized my microphone's in the wrong spot. Can't do my intro, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Our charity of the month is Tower Hill Stables Animal Sanctuary, and you can help me help them by donating to our fundraiser here on Twitch, visiting their website, which I posted in the chat, or simply by watching my streams and bringing your friends, because I'll be making my own donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. If you enjoy today's stream, please support my creative work by becoming a Twitch subscriber to remove ads and get cute emotes, joining my Patreon for illustrated postcards and prints in the mail, or sending me some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to all these can be found in my Twitch About section. Today is Thursday? Wednesday? I don't know what day of the week it is. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, which means it's time for illustration. And I am going to start with some edits on this project. I got feedback from 2 of 3 of my critique people, so I think that's enough to just do some final edits based on their feedback and then call this good. And I haven't decided yet if I want to let it sit overnight and come back to it and print Patreon rewards on stream tomorrow, or just go ahead and do that today. But we'll decide when we get there. If we don't do that, there's another project I'll be working on. So it's just illustration today, all kinds of stuff. So the main feedback I got that would suggest a change is something that I already did a little bit, so I'll just try to take it further. And that is to make the background less attention grabbing so that the bees stand out more. So we're going to try that. So I'm going to turn off that final copy. And then we'll go to these layers. So we've got this background copy. I'm going to make another copy of it, because I don't want to lose that if I want to go back. The first thing I thought I could do is blur this even more. So let's see what kind of... Gaussian blur is a really good one. So let's see, is that preview? Yeah, so we could try doing like a... So maybe that's a little bit too much, because now it's just kind of nothing, but... Okay, I want it to have a little bit of detail so that these flowers don't look like they're kind of randomly floating in space, but I also want it to feel like it's not asking for more attention than it needs. So let's first try this little bit more blur, so we can still see the details like the blades of grass and stuff, but it's more blurred. And I'm gonna do what I did before, and let's see, we could actually do both. We can take the vibrance down so it's not competing color-wise as much. So that's with the vibrance down. Yeah, I think I actually do like it with a little bit less vibrance, because that's actually closer to the colors that I used for the flowers anyway, for these green parts here. Less vibrant than the bees. So that's before. That's after. Yeah, that's actually more in line with the rest of the plants in the scene. So we'll keep that. We can also make it darker That's something I did yesterday. So we could take that farther. Let's see, vibrance. No, that's what I just did. Oh, levels, that's what I want. So if we make the midtones, so I'm looking at the navigator and seeing if making it brighter actually helps more, or making it darker helps more. I don't think darker, because then it makes the whole scene seem like it's in shadow or something. And we're supposed to be in full sunlight. So maybe lighter is actually what we want. Though it does seem to come upward. Which one does the bee... Which one allows the bees to stand out more? Maybe leaving it how it is. So let's make it smaller, so we can really see what it's gonna change. So this is the one that I ended with yesterday. Oh, it doesn't really make that much a difference at this distance. How about this size? Yeah, it's barely different. If we go back to this size, we can see. I definitely like these changes more. So even though when it's smaller, it doesn't seem to make much of a difference, when it's bigger, it does. Of course, this is just Photoshop's approximation. It's different from if you were to print this out. Print 2 copies out, one of each, then stand far away and compare them. It's not exactly the same. But I do think taking some of the color down is especially helpful, since the bees are super colorful, so that will help them stand out. So maybe I'm going to take it down even further. Maybe I'll take saturation down this time. Makes it seem a bit cold though. What if I just do vibrance some more? Let's see what that's like. Yeah, and it still works well with the green that I chose for the thistles. See if it makes any difference when we're from far away. Ah, now you can really see. The only thing now, I feel like maybe I want to make it a bit warmer. But then it doesn't quite match this green anymore. Guess I'll leave it because it matches this green so well right now. If I make it warmer, it doesn't. Let's do it mid size. I wonder if I blur it a little bit more. I don't want to blur it so much that it feels like the thistles are just floating in space. I still want them to feel attached to the background. But they are meant to be up above the ground. That's without. That's with. No, I like it where it is. I prefer it where it is. This is before. This is after. It's hard to say for sure, but I feel like this bee does get a little bit more chance to shine with the updated background. Because right now, it's covered up by this string of letters. It's covered up by the wing of this big bee above it. And then also when it's printed in book format, it's probably gonna get, majority will be lost to the gutter because the gutter is gonna go right here. But it still seems, for print purposes, like this would be better. Otherwise, this green is very similar to the background green. With the update, it's a little bit different. This one definitely stands out more. And this one too. The ones that are greenish in the green range. All right. Let's create another final copy. And merge groups, so it's a single layer. We're going to copy this effects, copy layer style, and paste layer style. And now we can compare the final version. Let's do it small first. Definitely a little less vibrant overall. But that might actually be a good thing, since the background is just meant to be a support. When it's this vibrant, it does seem like it's its own character, instead of being the setting. Or gets closer to being its own character. We already have so many competing on this stage. The different flowers, the different bees, the different letters. I think it is nice to let it sit back. I also do like how it matches the green that I used for the thistles better. With this one, these greens don't really reflect any of this shade. So it's a completely different kind of green. taking a break to message my sister back. That's what that typing was. The only thing that seems to lose a little of its effect that's not the background itself. These letters are transparent, so they also lose some of their vibrancy without that vibrant color behind them supporting them. But that's not necessarily a problem because they are secondary characters after the bees and the flowers. So they're actually tertiary. Primary, bees. Secondary, flowers. Tertiary, these onomatopoeia effects flying through the air. Yeah, I'm going to keep this final copy too. So I'm going to delete this one. We don't need it anymore. So that means we can start doing the stuff that gets done when something is finished. First, save it. That is the number one thing. And this file is so huge, it takes forever to save. There we go. So exciting. Okay, so first I'm just going to save a copy as is in JPEG format. This will be for printing purposes and anything else I might need a full-size copy for. Okay, saved. Actually, I'm not sure exactly what all... I'm gonna go look at my other pieces from this series. See what I saved them as. So for the cows... I have so many works in progress. 17 works in progress saved. Fine Art America and for web. Fine Art America, it has to be less than 25 megabytes. That's the print to order shop that I have. So we will, first let's look how big the full-size one saved as. Full-size one is 33.6 megabytes. So maybe if we do a third smaller-ish, let's try 5,000 pixels. So I like to make it as big as possible while still being within their range. Save a copy, JPEG. We'll call it underscore Fine Art America. Now, how big did that turn out? Oh, it's only 14 megabytes. I can save it bigger. Let's do 6,000. Oops. 600 plus. Let's try 6,000. The bigger it is, the more data is there, and the more data that's there, the nicer the prints will look. That's why I do it this way, keep saving and saving. Because the preview is never accurate, what Photoshop says it's going to be. And I think it's because it's telling me what a Photoshop file would be, not what a JPEG file would be. And even that little preview, it said 20.2. That's not usually what it actually ends up on disk. Oh, this time it did though. So it looks like we could actually still go bigger. The limit is 25. Let's strike in. Let's try 6,500. So like it says 78.2, but I'm pretty sure that's the Photoshop file. So we can't rely on that. And save copy again. Oh, I'm Creative Emma. Welcome. Hello. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Yay. So glad you could make it again today. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, this is perfect. 24.8 megabytes. So that's perfect size for Fine Art America. So that save is done, but we don't want to keep this for the Photoshop. So we're going to undo that. And the next one, I think, was just my for web, and that's like where I'm going to post it on my blog and post it in a VIP Discord. So that one will be, and also I'll post it to Patreon. This one will be 2000. This is my standard, 2000 pixels on the longest side. Oh, I'm always happy to hear it. You're welcome, and thank you. I'm doing wonderful. I'm so happy that those stomach issues that started a couple weeks ago, they're almost completely gone. It's so nice. Feels really, really good to get back to my work. Oh, good luck! Wishing you luck. What's the job for? With the 2 exclamation points, you look pretty excited. Is it design? Clothes? Some other surprise? And we're just going to save a JPEG. Oh, wait. Not just going to save a JPEG. I forgot. For web, I also do my little seal. What size have I been making it? I wonder if I've just been doing it the same on all of my... Let's see. Here's the cows for web. So I put my little seal on here. That way if anybody finds it on the internet randomly, outside the context of my website or social media, they can see this seal and find me. And find more of my work. Ooh, graphic motion design. That's exciting. Oh, for my food company. That'd be so fun. Wow. Is it an in-person like you were hoping for? Or like a remote one? So let's see. That one's in the bottom corner. Let me look at some of the other ones. Oh, so just like pet stuff. Yeah, pet stuff is that's what I describe it. Pet stuff company. Oh, that'll be so fun. I hope you get it. You know I love animals, so that sounds like the ultimate job to do. Creative work, visual creative work involving animals. Oh, that's literally what I do. I hope you get it. I hope the interview goes well. Have you been doing any prep, like practice questions and stuff? Oh, you're welcome. I'd be excited to hear if you get the job. And if you don't and you want to lament about it, I'll be here for you too. Here's this one. Oh, I put this one in this corner. But it looks like I did it the same way in all of these. So maybe I'll copy paste it. I'm going to check one more. Yeah. So I'll open the Photoshop file. Ah, so you're all prepared. You're welcome. I hope that you're able to get a nice, good night's sleep, because that's probably all you have left then. Oh, where's the little overlay thing? It's not on here. Maybe I didn't save it with the seal overlay. Oh yeah, guess I didn't. Oh, what am I gonna do? I want to copy it so that it's the same as the others. Maybe I have it on the cats. The cats is the first one. It's not the first one I finished, but it's the first one I started. Nope. What the heck? I'm gonna have to just eyeball it, I guess. Well, no, I don't need to save any of these. I guess what I will do is open one of these. Why didn't I save them with this on here? Only sleep. Oh, yeah, you better go to bed early. Wake up early. Yeah, good luck. Sweet dreams. All the best of luck on the interview. And I hope to hear good news tomorrow. No pressure if you don't have anything yet either. I'm so glad you could stop by, even just for a little bit of time. Yay! Oh, you're welcome. I'm waving at you with my cursor. Thank you. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is just drag this over here. Put it on top. And then I can make the mark on here. See, that's why. Because I put it on after I resized it. Oh, I'm such a fool. Okay, I have an idea. But if I put it on when I resized it, it's going to make it slightly different. Okay. We're going to change the image size. We're not going to have that anymore. Instead, I am going to drag this over, but it's going to be super tiny. Look at it. It's just absolutely minuscule. So we'll put this here and then we'll transform it. Trying to line it up. Oh, Photoshop's struggling. I'm just trying to make sure that it's sized correctly. Oh, yep, it's a little too big. Dang it. There, now I can drag it. There. Now it's properly sized. Oh, nope, it's not because it expanded it all the way in all directions. Okay, hold on. Let's do this again. I wish it would snap. I don't know why it's not. Snap. It says snap here. It's all on, but it's not snapping. It's so annoying. Okay, now we're gonna zoom in. Alright, hold on a second. I suddenly feel like I need some chapstick. So I'm gonna get some. There. And now we're gonna drag this carefully. We can zoom in even more actually. I love stuff to be precise, so that's why I'm going to these lengths. Well, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. Now I can see this and oh, where's my little custom shape tool? Whoops. I'm gonna try. Oh, it's moving. Hold on. Why didn't it fill the shape? It normally does. I don't understand that. Shape. Ah, it's on path instead of shape. Ah, I found the setting to... I thought that I would never be able to fix that. Ah, this yellow is awful. I've been dealing with that and having to press shift. I found the setting accidentally. I wasn't looking for it, but I found the setting to fix that. Okay, so what I want to do is make this 50% for now. Ooh, this is pretty though. And now we're going to transform and drag until it's the same size as what we see down here. Oh, sweet. My third critique person just got back to me. Okay. Okay, I'm responding. Okay. She did have some good feedback to consider, but nothing that I could change at this point. Rather, something that I'm going to start considering for future pieces. So I think I've got this lined up now. The stroke isn't quite as big, but that's okay. What I'm mostly concerned with right now, oh, I wish it wouldn't have those little dots. So making sure that the yellow is now covering up all the pink part, and it looks like it is. So now we can change the stroke to make sure it's the same. I think it looks like it's 20 or 25. Let's make it a different color so we can really see. It's not going to be exactly the same because I had to blow up this image from a smaller one. So I think 20 is definitely... I wouldn't have made it 21. I like nice round numbers. So... this yellow and blue look so nice together. So, I think I got this now. Yay! And for future pieces, I will now have this seal available. Made it hard for myself with those other ones because I'm sure I did then what I was about to do now, which is resize it, then add the seal. But that means you lose the seal when you undo the resize. How come this didn't throw away? It was gonna go away and then it didn't. Alright, now I've got to decide where I want to place this seal. Probably over here will be best. I've been putting it in one corner or the other, it seems like. Let's see what I did with the frogs. Yeah, it's in the bottom corner. This one's also in the bottom corner. Yeah, bottom corner. And I looked at all the other ones, but I'll double check. They're all in one or the other bottom corner. So I'll keep that, but over here, there's way too much going on. Way too much going on. We're gonna put it on the other side. So I'm gonna hold shift and drag it. Ah, that's much better. And we'll definitely change the colors and stuff. Let's just put this here. And it's just gonna overlap with that boom right there. That's okay. The colors. So let's choose. We can actually do no fill. I've done that on some of them. And choose a stroke that's like the ground. Oh, you can't even see it at all. We do same as the flower. I don't need it to stand out super strong. I just need it to be available for someone who's looking closely. Guess we'll just mess around with different color options. Let's see what that's like if I turn up the opacity. I'm just gonna change the placement a little bit. That way it's more even, the spacing between this edge and the bottom and this edge and the side. Plus, now you can still read this boom, even though it's covered up on some parts. Alright, so we've got my seal on there. So now we can go to image size. And at last, do the 2000 pixels on the widest side. And then we'll save a copy .jpg. And this one's going to be called for web. I'm going to see what other sizes I've saved as for other pieces. That might be it. Cow's Final Fine Art America, and Cow's Final for Web, so that looks like it. So here's my different versions. B is final. This is the Fine Art America size. So at full size. I mean, it's still big, even though I took it down by like 1,500 pixels. This is 100%. And then, oh, this is the one that I sent out for critique yesterday. This is the for web version, so you can see this mark in the corner. And it's also much smaller, so much easier to post on online platforms. Let's see, and then the full-size final, 100%, is huge. Yay! Well, I do not want to save this with the image size change. We want to keep the big size. It's stuck. There we go. Okay, so we're definitely at the right size here. And now I've got this saved. Control save, Control S. So this is actually part of the Photoshop file, so for future ones I should be able to just drag and drop this layer instead of having to do what I did today. I thought I had changed this. Maybe there's some other file somewhere. Ah, there is. Nyan Meow for Web template. It's in a completely different folder. So that's why. And then I have one on each side. Oh, blast it all. Should I redo it? I kind of want to redo it so that it's been so long since I finished the last one that I forgot. But look, the cows aren't in here though. How did I do the cows? Yeah, the cows don't have, or do they? No? They definitely don't have a file in here. What? Then why? How do I have this? I'm so confused. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's just the for web version. It's not gonna be printed or anything. So it's fine. We can just let it be. Let it go. Still got some time until break time, so I suppose I'll go into making this into Patreon rewards. Yay! So that is going to involve placing this piece, but we can close the Photoshop version. We don't need this anymore. Hey, I thought I saved it. Nudge. Oh, I guess I didn't save it at this size. Yes, we do want to save at big size. Okay, still saving. And close that. Now, I'm going to make prints and postcard. So we'll start with postcard. Alright, so we're going to open this one. This is the most recent one. So we don't need to look at the writing or the back right now. We're going to change the front. So we'll save this as the new file. Postcards. So this is going to be number 5 for this year. And the title is... Oh, what did I call it for previous times? So I think the last one I finished was 2023. Ah, I just called it Mole Moo. So we'll do the same thing. Call it. Boom. Buzz. So pretty sure that's what I was calling the files. Oh look, Boon Buzz Lines. Because I sent out the line version. Oh, it's going to be so exciting for everyone who got the lines version. I'm going to open that in a second. Let's see, that looks right. Boom. So let me open that other one too. So earlier this year I sent out this version, the completed lines, so it's going to be super exciting for everyone who got this version to have the final version. To compare it to. Oops, wrong one. This one. Oops, you need to go in here. We don't need these anymore. And we are going to transform this. There we go. And we want it to fit as closely as possible as we can while still having this little white border. Since I print all of these in my studio, I have a archival quality printer, but it's just a little home printer. It's not a big professional one. So I leave this border because it prints much nicer if I have that white border around it. Look at this. Now we're going to center this. Now let's look at this. Look at him! It's so exciting! It looks like a different thing almost. But this was it. This was one of the early stages of completion, done with ink at this point. Then was able to turn it into this. Oh, I've been working on this for so long. Today's stream is work session number 42. And I can't remember, but I may have done work off stream for the ideation phase. And I definitely did as far as the whole project is concerned. So a lot of work has gone into this piece, that's what I'm saying. It took a long time to get from here to here and a long time to get to this point in the first place. It's so exciting that we're at this point. Okay. So I didn't want to compare these just to admire my work. There was another practical reason for it, and that is so that I can make sure the title matches on the back. Because here I put Boom Buzz Lines. So I will actually just copy this and paste it over here. On this, no, we are going to use that again later. Over here we'll put, no, we're going to put, no, go to home, thank you. That on there, but instead of ink, we're going to put mixed media. And we're going to remove lines, because this is the final, oops. Why didn't it copy the quote right here? There. That way, if I copy paste it, then I don't have to go around looking for the right fonts for these. It remembers the font too. So, Boom Buzz save. Yay, so exciting. I think we're done with this one. No. We don't need to save any changes. The only changes was which layer was visible, so that's Boom Buzz. We don't need to change the year, and all my info here is the same, so that's good. So the back is complete, and we actually don't need to do writing anymore because I changed my rewards format on Patreon so that the minimum physical reward is 3 blank postcards. Oh, but I do need to do writing, just not for the postcard. I need to do writing for, but I don't have to do that in Photoshop anymore. Yeah, I might do that. If I type it, I can fit more information in, and then I can hand sign that letter. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'm just going to remove this writing because we don't need that anymore. Save this. And here's the front again. Oh, I'm so excited. I want to see it next to the cows one. Where's my cows postcard? Oh, did I not send a cows postcard in 2023? I have to have sent it. Oh, I just didn't save a JPEG. Here it is. So for my patrons who have been with me since 2023, they'll also have an addition to this collection. It's really nice for me to be able to look at this too because I can verify they do look like they belong to the same series, but they also look different from one another, which I feel is important because even though this is a green vegetal scene and so is this one, it's a different kind of perspective and plant life. This is mostly grass and some trees. This is like thistles and grass. And we do have a totally different sense of motion. With the cows, it really is this nice feeling of like waves. Even with the landscape, we've got all these waves happening. But with the bees, and it's what I wanted, we've got everything going every which way. Even the flowers point in every single direction because they're circular. Okay, sweet. So I'm happy with that. Nope, I don't need to save any changes. This one, save it, and now we're going to, no, I'll just open it from this folder. I'm gonna open prints. Oh wait, it's break time. Okay. I'm gonna take a break first. Yay! So let's enjoy a nice 5-minute break. I encourage everyone to take this opportunity to get stretched and refreshed. I'm gonna put my be right back sign on, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hello everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. I'm ready to get back to work. Had a nice snack. I've got me a fresh cold drink. I got a V8 original vegetable juice. Yummy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is open one of these other prints. And then do the same thing I did with the postcard file and save as. And this is my first time doing print size. So the postcards are technically prints, but since they have postcard stuff printed on the back, they're a little bit more utilitarian objects. I'm getting some more chapstick again. But these are going to be individually numbered like I do with all of my prints. So this is really exciting because prints have been available, but no one had signed up for it. But now that I've changed over to quarterly rewards, that bumped everybody up a tier. So now I'm going to be printing several of these. So we want to save as. And I'm going to make a new folder for these because these prints that already exist in this folder I sell at pop-up markets. But the Onomatopoeia animals I have not been selling as prints because I want them to be available in book form. So the only people I'm making prints for are my patrons. So I'm saving this in a separate folder so that I know that. So this one's going to be called Boon Boon. Whoa, let's type in Japanese. Boon Buzz. That's what I called the postcard. So now I'm going to do the same thing as I did here. Which is, oh, Aoife didn't come back down. She's knocking on the door. I just realized that's what that sound was. Come on, you're welcome back in here.
Oh, that's how more to do that.
Yeah. There, you can see Aoife's back. In the upper puppy can. Chappie's like, are we not leaving? Yeah, she's going back to bed too. Okay. Now I'm going to drag this into the print file. Put it up here. And we can delete this one because we don't need that one. I'm going to transform this so that it fits within these guides that I've got here. This is kind of the same thing going on with the postcard. Just leaving a little extra space so that it prints as nicely as possible. So I can technically print to edge, but it doesn't always turn out as good as I would prefer. So, plus something about the white border makes it feel a little more elegant. Well, this is going to have a lot of white border, but that's just how it is in order to have the full size. Of course, I could... I've got to make a decision. Do I want to cut it out? Because I could cut it out. Do I want to make it true to ratio or fill the page? Oh, yep, that is out a little bit. Got to make a decision about that. Okay, good. So let's see, I'm going to turn off the guides. For now, I'll turn them back on later. So this is what it would look like. I think I do prefer this. I prefer this to cutting stuff out. Unfortunately, the CMYK really doesn't number on this. This is what I saw before. This B doesn't look that great in printed form. But there's not as much I can do about that because I didn't work in, maybe I should start working in CMYK, but I love working in RGB because RGB is the light-based color blending. So it's RGB for red, green, blue, which are the three colors of light that monitors use to create the like millions and trillions of colors that we can see on our screens. CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. K for black. Or you could remember it using Japanese. Kuro means black, and that starts with a K when you Romanize it. But as you can see, the color range isn't as large because this is for pigments. So this is for 3 lights, and this is for pigments, so the color range is limited, and that's why this doesn't look as good. But at least it's a background B. But I do think I prefer to have everything in there and have this extra white rather than make it so it fills up the page more, but then we'd end up cutting off a bunch of this stuff on the sides, so we'd like lose all these B's. 1, 2, and parts of these 2 over here. Now, so let's do it like this, so we can turn those guides back on. And it's all centered, so that's good. So this is the front, basically. So now I can actually close this. No, we don't need to save that. And now let's work on the back. The back, this is how I do my prints. Took me a long time to figure this out. I tried so many different things for prints because there's so many ways to do it. As many ways as there are to make art in the first place. But what I landed on is this printed, this is actually printed on the back, and I change it for each individual print. So here, we're going to change this. I'm going to call it Boom. Oh, in Japanese. I better copy it from, or no, because this needs to be, oh, I need this one. This is Epson Gyosho. So Boom. I'm still not trying to do Japanese. Boom. Boom. Oh, and then English. Boom. Oh, but we don't have to type 2 N's because it's not Japanese. Okay. We're going to change this to the Epson Gyosho. Wherever that one is. Epson Gyosho. So that it's the same as up here. Oh, but it's not Boon. It should be Buzz. Original title, Boon Buzz. I'm just going to use the same title I've been using for the postcards. So Boom Buzz, just like that. And then original media, we can actually put more information than we can fit. We can only fit mixed media here, but here we can actually put ink. Oh, ink was already on there. I would just put, I could have just deleted watercolor. I didn't read to the end of the line. Ink and digital media. Original size 10 by 7. Well, what should I put? It's hard because I made the lines a certain size. But the final, it's designed to be bigger. I need to decide what information I want to put here. Oops, projects. So image size. This is the pixels. So I could put the pixels in there. Inches. Alright. I'll just put what I actually... So this is what I made it as. But the final printed size for the book is meant to be 17 by 11. But this is what I worked at. So we'll just put that. So 12.75 by 8.25. 12.75 by 8.25 inches. I wonder if I should put a space here to make it easier to read. I think I shall. And original date means original finish date, so that is today, which is fun because that means we're going from 02 to 20. But this is going to be August 2025. And this is fun because it helps retain this data if I need it for some other purpose. Like posting it on my portfolio. 20 August 2025. So edition size, open edition, means that I am not limiting the number of prints I'm willing to make. But I still put this print number here. That way each one is still unique. And then the print date is going to be today, because may as well. We've got an hour and a half left in the stream. May as well print it. 20 August, and the ink type and paper type are the same, as these are my standard. So we can save this. I'm going to double check for any typos or anything. Boon, Buzz, and that's what I put here. Boon, Buzz. Ink and digital media, that's correct. 12.75 by 8.25 inches. Finished 20 August 2025. Yes. Open edition. This will be the first one, print number 1. Printed today, same day as I finished. Yay! Let's save again real quick, just in case I didn't. Pretty sure I did, but we can be done with that. Now I need to get on my Patreon real quick and see how many prints I need. kind of confusing looking at the benefits list on Patreon because I can't tell Patreon that I've changed to quarterly rewards. That's just not an option. They have monthly and that's it. So, or they have, I clicked on it, they have monthly or one time. They don't let you do quarterly or annually or anything, which is kind of a shame. But anyway, I'm just trying to filter through it. Therefore, it's every single month it says that I have a print due, but I don't. So I'm trying to clear out the ones that I don't need. Okay. So I have 4. I need to make 4. So that's so exciting. The very first time that I'm going to be making prints for Patreon to send to my patrons, it's going to be 4. But while I'm in here, I'm going to do the same thing with the postcards. And I'm so excited to be able to send these out. I'm going on an epic Alaska vegan cruise in a couple weeks. Well, actually, when will I'll be getting on the ship. Let's see. Is it this day on Monday or is it on Sunday? Next Sunday. So in 2 Sundays. So I'm super excited to be sending out Patreon rewards before I do that because I'll really feel like I'm done with work, I'm going on vacation, everything is complete and I don't have any worries. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it feels really good to be able to finish an epic illustration like this just in time to go on an epic vacation. So we are going to be printing 4. So we need 4 of these. That means I need to clear off my printer. I have a manual on there, and I also need to get out my printer paper. Is it still out from yesterday? Yeah, it is. The same printer paper that I got out yesterday, still out. So that's convenient. So I need 4 sheets of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's always recommended to dust the sheets off before printing because they're all precisely cut, but that cutting process creates dust where the paper is cut. So and I like to give everyone the finest quality product I can produce, so that's what I'm doing right now is I'm just dusting each side of the paper with what I call my swipey brush, both sides. Okay, all the papers are prepped. Now I'm getting everything open and set up on the printer. So I'm going to print one at a time and change the print number each time. We're going to double check all the settings. And we'll check them in here too because they're slightly different. I guess this doesn't matter because we're having Photoshop manage the colors. Rear paper feed slot. We do want this. We want rear paper feed slot. Yes, it's 8.5 by 11. That seems nice. That looks good. Photoshop, and we do want matte, Epson matte. Okay. So we'll print one copy. So it's been a while since I printed anything. It might take a little bit for it to get warmed up. Sweet, that didn't take very long. Alright, here we go. I loaded the paper, press the button, it's pulling it in. First one done. Now we're going to change this to say 2. Save it. We definitely want to save because if I print more of these in the future, I'll know which print to make it because I'm going to keep track in this file of how many prints I've done. So now we can just choose print one copy because we know the settings are good and it'll just use those same settings. Boom! Halfway done for the backs. It's going to take a lot longer to print the front. The back is just this little tiny square of black and gray. The front is full color, taking up almost the whole sheet. Okay, so we're going to save. This is print number 3. Print a copy of this. It's cool to be able to do this on stream because then I can link the recording of this stream to my patrons if they'd like to see their rewards being printed. I don't have a camera on my actual printer, but they can hear how it's going. See the puppy cams. right, one more back. So this is going to be print number 4. And 4 is my favorite single digit number, so it just feels extra special. That my very first, we'll say full-size print run for Patreon is 4 prints. It's so perfect. So while that's printing, pretty sure I saved, but let me do Control S one more time. So now the label I'm turning off. And I'm going to turn the front back on, and we're going to print this next. We will just be able to still choose the same print one copy, even though it's color versus the grayscale from the back. The settings are still how I want them for color anyway. So for this though, I want to be careful as I take the sheets out, flip them over, because now I have defined what the top of the page is, and I want to make sure that the front top is the same top as the back. Guess while that's going, I will count how many postcards I need. Because I'll print postcards next. So there's 1, 2, oh, it says right here, 8. So that means 8 times 3, which is 24. Woo! That's a lot of postcards to print in one run, but it's not more than I have been printing, if that makes sense, but it's more than I've printed in a single run. Alright, so I'll get out some paper for that. Ooh, I might need to open another box. Ooh, but the first one is done, so let's print another copy of this. Oh, Big Ming 2K, hello! Welcome! Oh, super exciting. What did I say? What part was super exciting? I am super excited, though, about everything that I'm doing right now. It's so exciting to have finished this piece and to be sending it out as prints and postcards. Oh yeah, I've been lurking for a bit. Yep, I am. I'm so excited. It is exciting. I changed my format from monthly to quarterly so that I can have more time to create what I consider my best work, like this piece that I just finalized today. When I was doing monthly, I had to make kind of stopgap pieces because my best work takes more than a month to create. So I realized that I could get around that problem if my patrons were willing to move to quarterly rewards, and then I would just bump them up a tier. And everybody agreed, so it works out for everyone, I think, because now the people who were getting 3 postcards are getting a full-size print. People who were getting a single postcard are now getting 3 postcards, so they can both collect and they could send some out to people if they wanted to. All right, next one. 2 more of this. And then that gives me more time to create better work to send them in the first place. So it's just like a win-win. I'll flip over to my physical media cam once I'm done, and I'll show the prints off. While that one prints, I will count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's half of what we need. So I do need to open another box. Another box of the Aurora Art Natural 300 is what I use for the postcards. So it's the same as the print paper, just slightly thicker so that it has a better chance of making it through the postal system intact. Okay, last one. I haven't taken these off the printer yet because I want to let them dry for a little bit before I handle them. But they're looking pretty good. Okay. Just need 8 more sheets of postcard paper. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Ah, I almost grabbed the right amount. I need 1 more. 24. Alright, so we're done with this paper. I guess I'll put it away. I might want it again, but I'll put it away for now. Okay, that's done printing. But like I said, I want to give it a chance to dry a bit before I pull it off the printer. So in the meantime, I'm going to put this full-size print paper away. And let's see, so put this box in recycling. The box that had the postcard paper in it. On this plastic wrap on the recycling. So that means I'm done with this file. Yeah, we can save. And now we need to print 24. Woo! 24 of these, but luckily I don't number these, so I don't have to print them. Well, I still have to print them 1 by 1, but I don't have to keep choosing print. So first I'm going to go through and dust all of these sheets off. Doing the fronts first, then I'll flip them over and do the backs. So even though they're smaller, I want to put just as much care into them as I do for the bigger prints. And dusting them off helps ensure the highest possible print quality. Wow, that one had a little speck on it that I could actually see. Some sort of little brown speck. Sorry, there's not very much interesting to look at right now. Oh, it's getting close to break time. One day I might have so many patrons that I outsource these to a printing company. But not right now. We're still a little community. Okay, I'm doing the back sides now. Small enough that I can handle printing. But once there's enough of us that it's taking hours and hours of my time, I'll outsource it because I would rather spend those hours and hours making more illustrations to share with everyone. I can't see the dust, but I can feel the difference after I've dusted it off. The paper feels just a tiny bit smoother, so I do think it makes a difference. And this prep work I do because the paper manufacturer recommends it, so I assume they know what they're talking about. Oh, Eve was snoring. All right, one more. Yay. Dusted and done, as they say. So now we're gonna print. This is a different file, so I want to double check. And look, I need to up the copies. We want 24. And we're gonna go in the print settings. Make sure, sometimes this gets changed back to default. We definitely want rear paper feed slot because this paper is too thick to go through that roller style that flips the paper inside of the printer. Document size, yes. Landscape, yes. This is correct. And it has the 24 copies. So that's good. And we do want this, and this is checked. That's good. Okay. Let's do it. 24 of these. What I usually do while this is printing is dance. I figure I may as well move and get a little exercise in. You can't see me dancing, but I am dancing. And the beat of the printer gives me something to dance to. I think that's why I was inspired to dance. Okay. These print way faster because they're so much smaller. They're only a quarter of the size of the print. At most, maybe even smaller than that, actually. It's 8.5 by 11 versus 4 by 6. It's also way faster now because we're just printing this little bit of text for the back. I used to sit in my chair while I printed, and I kept turning around each time because the printer is actually behind where I sit. My digital workspace is kind of a horseshoe shape. So the printer is at one bottom edge of the horseshoe. And my monitor is at the top. But now I just stand here and dance a little bit. It's also better for my back because I've been sitting at the computer, so it's better to stand and move when I got the opportunity. As far as professional outsourced printing goes, it won't be worth it until I have at least 50 postcards to make. Or at least based on the last time I used outsourced printing. If you print less than that, it's very cost prohibitive. It's worth the time to do it myself. And it might be even higher than that if I want art quality printing like I do here, because what I did before is more like promotional material style printing. So it might be more like 100 postcards is when it becomes worth it to have someone else do that work for me and take on the extra cost in capital versus man hours, as it were. But either way, we're nowhere near that. We're only halfway there. We're not even halfway there. 24 is not quite half of 50. Ooh, it's break time. Well, I gotta get through this batch. Then we'll take a break and resume doing the fronts. Oh, we're about halfway through printing the backs. This will be fun for the final hour of the stream because I can show you how I pack these up and everything. I've never really done that on stream before. Well, we gotta get them printed first. So each time I load a paper in, I have to push it in until the printer beeps. Then it will allow me to press a button on the screen. Okay, can't remember what it says. I think it says installed, meaning the paper is installed. And then for these tiny papers, I have to lift the back up a little bit, the back support for the paper, because these really tiny ones, it won't grab them unless I do that. For some reason with the big paper, that's not a problem. And it'll pull it right in, but I figured that out on my own. I was like, why? Why does it keep saying there's no paper? Even though it had beeped acknowledging that it detected the paper. It's just because it's so small. So that's the first beep saying it acknowledges there's a paper. And then I click the button that says installed, and that's that second beep. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to replace some ink soon. Though why it's using cyan ink for black text, I don't know. But whatever, I guess the printer knows best. I have a nice back stock of ink, so I should have some. It's thanks to my Twitch supporters and Patreon supporters that I can have stuff like a back stock of ink. So thank you everybody for supporting me. Almost done, just a few more. This is the last one! Yay! Guess while that prints, I will double check that this is. Here's a cyan. That's the one with the triangle on it. There's a light cyan and another cyan, so we're good. Although, I'll end up using that one if I refill it, which I'm probably going to need to, so actually I might want to buy some. Now that I've said that. And I also don't have a yellow. So I have a cyan, a black, a magenta, and a light magenta. So cyan and yellow. Or light cyan and yellow are the ones that I will no longer have a stock of once I replace those. But this printing batch is done, so let's finally go on break. I'm going to put my Be Right Back on. I encourage everyone else to take this opportunity to get stretched and refreshed. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hello everyone, I'm back. I hope you had another great break. It's time to print the front of these postcards. Yay! So we're just going to do the same thing. Print. All the settings should still be there from last time, so we don't have to check anything. We can just go ahead and click print. So this will probably take longer than last time because, again, printing the back requires hardly any time. I'm also going to make sure to flip these over so that the top is the top both on the front and the back. And we're just going to do the same thing where we print them all one by one. Where's that ink reminder? Oh wow, it brought me to a combo pack. I don't need a combo pack though. I just want yellow. Oh good, if I scroll down I can do it individually. 1979. It's usually the same on Amazon too, so I'll just... Whoa, that was loud. I don't know why it sometimes makes that sound. Nothing ever happens to the prints, which is good, but I'm like, what the heck? Okay, next one. So, I want a yellow one. How to double check. I think it was light cyan that now I don't have. And it saves money overall. Let me see here. $277. Oh, but that's not the XL kind. I want XL. Alright, we need yellow and light cyan. Everything else is, well, I guess light magenta is getting low too. We'll add light magenta to the order too. Load in another paper. But magenta, yellow, and black have recently been changed, and I still have, well, let's see. I have a black, I have a magenta. But I'm going to be using up this light magenta soon. I have a cyan and that one, oh, but I already had, so I have two of those. Okay. So yeah, we want a yellow. We want a light cyan and a light magenta. Alright, add to cart. And I'm gonna go to checkout. Sweet, free shipping, yay! I'll just do PayPal checkout. It's faster. Well, normally it's faster. It's just sitting there loading. Oh, whatever. I'm just doing that to pass the time while I print these. I don't know why it's not loading. It's stuck. PayPal. Why? Normally, you are fairly reliable. Ah! It wasn't ready. It sucked the paper in. Uh-huh. Maybe it's going to tell me it needs to change the ink cartridge now. And that's why it wasn't ready. Alright, it's just was taking its time. It's ready. But PayPal is stuck here. I'm just going to refresh this. Epson cart. Come on, Epson, let's do this. Come on, PayPal. There we go. Yeah, looks good. Yellow, light cyan, and light magenta. Free shipping! Hooray! Place order. Getting all kinds of work done on today's stream. Alright, already purchased. Yay! I guess something I could do. Oh, I forgot to tip the paper in. Once again, it didn't grab the paper even though it beeped to acknowledge the paper. I forgot to tip the back to push it in. There we go. Alright, what I was saying was I can get the... Oh, here they are. Get my physical workspace set up for packing these up. So I'll move the gold paint project from yesterday. Next one goes in. So I have several different plastic protective covers. I just need the one for prints and the one for postcards. For smaller postcards. Oh, nope, that's for pin back buttons and magnets. Oh, I think it's this one. Next print. Might need to buy more of these too. Doesn't look like I have very many of the... Oh wait, I know where there are some more. Excellent, here we go. Oh, the washer is done. That's what that jingle is. We're almost 2/3 of the way done with printing the postcards. Oh, I did it again. I didn't tilt the thing in the back soon enough. There we go. It's silly that it does that, but this printer is way better than the last art printer I had, so it seems like a small thing to deal with compared to the issues I had with my previous one. I can't wait to show you the prints on the physical camera versus on screen. If that makes any sense. Can't wait to show you the physical prints because I think they look really nice. I'm seeing them for the first time in strong light. So the light isn't very strong over here by my printer, but I moved them over to my desk where I'm going to pack them up. And they look pretty good, so I'm excited to show them to you. I think I might do my letter to my patrons first and print that because I want to give these postcards some time to dry before I put them into the plastic sleeves. So if I type up and print my letter, then that should give time for the prints, for the postcards to dry. The prints to dry as well, but they've already been drying for a while now. It's definitely good to do the prints first because they're bigger, they have more ink on them, so they have more time to dry by printing them first. Oh! In the lower puppy cam, the little girl's having a barking dream. I don't know if you can tell. Ooh, she's growling. There's that grinding, tearing sound. No idea what it is. Doesn't seem to really affect anything. Other than being shocking. You know what? I think I will do the message to my patrons on Photoshop because it'll just be easier. It's already open. I already have a 4x6 file open even. I'll just use the text tool. It'll be easier. So I was thinking, I'm not as familiar with using Word or a different word processor to make something like a 4x6 document that prints on a 4x6 piece of paper. For some reason I only remember encountering trouble every time I've tried to do it in a word processor, and then I end up defaulting to Photoshop anyway because it's more familiar to me, so I can get it done faster. So I think that's what I'll do. Alright, last one. Well, while that prints, I'll get the letter going. My idea, I used to do it in here and then print 2 per sheet, but I think what I'll do is turn this around, create a whole nother file. So we're gonna, first we'll just save this, and then we'll save as, and we'll call it template Patreon letter. And we're not going to save it here, we'll save it in here because it's going to apply to both the postcards and prints. And now that it's saved as a different thing, we can delete this extra stuff. Though I remember I wanted to make a sort of letterhead type thing. So I think I want this symbol here. I need to do a little bit of searching. I'm just going to search letterhead design ideas and look under Google Images. All right. Okay. So maybe I'll take this kind of thing, put it in the middle. Why won't it let me delete this? I want to delete this folder. What? I don't understand. Oh, is it because this is like marked as special? I don't need this anymore. I can put it in the trash. And put this in the trash too. There. Goodness. Okay. This is going to be fun. Completely new thing. I didn't know I'd be doing this today. I forgot I wanted to do letterhead. I wanted to design a cool letterhead. So, let's see. Yes. Custom shaped tool. I've either got my logo that I use for... Yeah, I think this is a good one. But it's a bit big. That's centered. What if I do that? What if we just fill it with black? And plain old black and white. No outline. We don't need it. What does that look like? Now, hopefully it's not cut off by the white border. Looked like it was going to be a little bit. This is at 100%. This actually doesn't look bad. And then I can do... Okay. But what info might be included in a letterhead? This isn't like a formal business letter, but I feel like maybe the date here or my email or something. Contact information, website addresses. Hey, it has slogan. There's my slogan, everlasting happiness. If I add a line right, oh, it doesn't want to be, I guess that's centered. I want it to be centered in the middle of my symbol in the middle, but it doesn't want to be. So what if I put the text along this line? Verdana is my standard font. And if I do another one over here with my email. Well, why is it yellow? Why did that one become yellow? The other one was white. Then I changed it to black. What? Mystery. I mean, it's clear it pulled the yellow from over here, but why didn't it do that the first time with this one? It's a mystery. Studio Mikarts. I guess I'll capitalize this one too. Oh, lorem ipsum. It still has that. I don't want the rest of that stuff in there. And then this one. I think maybe I want to get it to fit right in between here. Why won't let me put this where I want it? I want this here. So that's centered along this symbol line. Do that and line up the W. And if I line up the tops of these letters, now this is going to be a lot smaller, more like this size. Maybe these can be smaller actually. Why? Okay. I was like, why is that dark blue? It's distracting, but now it's not, so it's fine. So what if I do that? What if we turn the guides off? That's not bad. I feel like this one's squished up a little bit closer. Well, maybe not. Ugh, can't tell. It is a bit longer on that side, but studiomikarts@gmail.com, www.studiomikarts.com. That seems good. Those are my 2 main contact points online. Maybe that one's sticking out a little bit. It's hard to eyeball the distance. And also, since this one's longer. It seems alright. Now I'm wondering if maybe instead of black, in fact, we could just do an opacity change. We just hit 75%. We'll do the same for all of them. Because the main content is not this letterhead. The main content is the letter. Yeah, I think I like that. I mean, maybe when I print it, it won't look as good, but for now, that seems good. So I'm going to create a text box. Let's turn these guides back on. And let's create a text box. So first, I'm going to put the date. And the random font color choice, I have no idea. Because first it was white. Second time it was yellow. It chose from here. So I thought by changing this to black it would default to black. And no, it's just choosing whatever. I have no idea. No idea what the logic is. Okay. This might be a bit small. I don't want the whole thing. I want it to be legible to people. 12 is probably good. Because then, no matter what type of, what level of visual acuity someone has, hopefully this would be legible. And there's still plenty of space to write. And I think I can get rid of this, actually. Get rid of this one. This legacy one from the file that I saved this from. So now what do I want to say? It's actually, I feel like I don't know what I want to say. Oh, I know. I always start with, my dear friend. Tilda. That's how I always do it. So I'm going to start typing them now, but I used to hand write these. So I want to keep it as close as possible to what I used to do. I guess I'll introduce the reward. First set. I guess it's a set. Everyone's getting at least 3 postcards. Oh, but some people are getting a single print. So now there is a way to make this fit. Wow! No, I don't want that. I knew this was a new feature that they had. Oh no! It either takes away what I wrote. Oh my god. Really? Epic fail, Photoshop. If I go back, it completely deletes what I had typed. Fine. Just retype it then. Epic fail. Epic fail. Wow. Alright, try it again. My dear friend. Tilda. Oh, I don't like how close together these lines are. Oh, I'll fix it later. Let's see. 42. I'm on session number 42. Not every session was 3 hours. That's something I only started in the past month or two. So if we just say 42 times 2, that's at least 84 hours of work. So I'll put over 84. Now, it's going to be even more than that. Oh, 84. Should I put 90? Oh, how many hours did it take to finish? No, what? We'll put 42. Isn't it lovely? It's like a... Oh, beautiful. Beautiful or pretty? What am I trying to create? Gorgeous. Where does the word gorgeous come from? Is it like from gorge, like you gorge yourself on it? I'm searching. Gorgeous etymology. Late 15th century, describing sumptuous clothing from Old French. Gorgeous, fine, elegant, of unknown origin. So it comes from fine and elegant. That's actually not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say colorful. I want it to be colorful and lively. But I also want it to be beautiful, well executed. It's kind of hard to describe your work sometimes, to say what you're trying to, but this is the kind of thing I want to share in this letter. I'm going to go to a favorite thesaurus. How do I get to? Okay, we're going to put gorgeous in there. See what other words come up. Beautiful. There's lovely again. Oh, stunning. Oh, charming. Delightful. Exquisite. Superb. I'll just use the word that comes naturally, which is beautiful. Just use the word. I don't like how it cuts that right there. Well, that's well executed. Well defined. They don't have it in here. Synonyms. Oh, this is closer. Skillful. No, I'm out of time. Well, I've got a whole nother 3-hour stream tomorrow, so let's just leave this here. We'll save it. We'll leave this here for tomorrow. Come back and I can think about how I want to describe my work. I can think about it overnight in the back of my mind. Come back to it tomorrow and finish it up. And then these prints can have, closing out my printer, I can have the whole night for the prints to dry, so they'll be perfectly fine for packing into their sleeves tomorrow. So let's do that. We'll end on time. Exactly 3 hours. Yay! So that'll be it for today's stream. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and everything you do to support Studio Mikarts. If you're new to my channel and want to see more, please follow Studio Mikarts on Twitch to get notified next time I go live. You can also support me by becoming a Twitch subscriber to get ad-free viewing and cute emotes, joining my Patreon for lovely illustrations in the mail, or sending some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. All the links are in my Twitch About section. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, same time as usual, resuming this interesting project, so I hope to see you then. But either way, let me wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for watching!